Hey you guys, so in this video, I'm basically going to be talking about my initial takeaways from watching Brandon Staley's press conference and introduction as our new head coach. Um, I'm just going to be talking about some of the takeaways that I got from it and how I feel moving forward with him. If I feel more comfortable with him, if I feel like he's going to be a really great head coach moving forward, and some of the things that he said. So the two things that he mainly stressed throughout the entire press conference, the first one being relationships. He kept bringing up the word relationships, meaning like he wants to build a really good foundation with all the players, being super comfortable with all of them, and just forming like a good kind of bond with everyone. And that's including like he also brought up trying to keep in contact and trying to contact overall like past Charger players and them just talking about how they can help the franchise and how, like, for example, like maybe bringing back like Antonio Gates or Phillip Rivers and having like some of their words of wisdom and like trying to help them coach some of the players. And just I really kind of enjoyed that, just kind of like the overall, just like them talking about is overall him talking about trying to bring back former players and just trying to help out the team in any way that they can, whether that sheds some light on some of the skills and like just teaching them stuff that they did when their time as a Charger. The next thing that he brought up was competition. So for competition, he really stressed about, like nobody's job is safe exactly. Like nobody's job is safe. So he means like what he meant is so obviously Herbert is going to be the starting quarterback, and you got Keenan and Eckler, and then on defense you got Joey, and then you got Kenneth, and then you got Derwin. So it's really, he just wants to see competition because basically our defense overall is super soft, and I think having a guy like Staley come in and try and like institute and really stress competition, I think that'll really help us out a lot. He was also asked the question, who's going to be the next defensive coordinator and like who's going to be the offensive coordinator, just kind of filling out the staff. And he basically said in his press conference also that that he's going to maintain the defensive coordinator title for the Chargers and run the defense the way that he sees best. So he didn't really say whether or not that he was going to run a 4-3 or a 3-4 technique. I think he just wants to run a multiple defense because we just have so many good players and so many guys that can just rush the passer. He did say that they were going to work on some more tackling drills because our tackling was horrendous last year. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how that plays out. I also noticed throughout his whole entire interview, he just was like super excited and giddy the whole time. And I mean, I want that as a head coach. I want a guy who's fiery and pumped up and excited. But I also want a guy who's gonna who has the smarts and has the demeanor and who can like really orchestrate our squad. So I feel like Brandon Staley can do that. I'm curious to see who the rest of the coaching staff is gonna be. He also said that it's gonna take a couple weeks to really like secure and finalize who he wants on his coaching staff. But I think him just running the defense and the way that he sees best and using our best players and they're like using our best players with their best possible skill set as much as possible. I think that'll be really crucial to our team's success overall. And then he was a former quarterback, so he just kept saying through his whole press conference that he has an idea what he wants to do with Herbert, and that like being the best defensive minded guy, you also have to have the best offensive mind. So I see him really just making Justin Herbert a really great big success in the NFL. So those are some of my takeaways from watching his press conference. I'm really excited. I mean, like, I'm still a little bit concerned though. I have to see who the rest of the coaching staff is, but it's nice to have a guy who kind of has an idea of what he wants to do, and hopefully he can, put all his words into action. Because we hear all this stuff before, but at the end of the day, it's whether you actually go out and you do it. So hopefully, he can dethrone the Chiefs and win a division title and take us to a Super Bowl. So we shall see. But yeah, that's what I got from the press conference. I know not many of you got to watch the press conference, so that's why I'm making this video, so you guys can kind of get an idea of how I feel about it. And I saw the whole press conference, and so those were kind of the big points that he brought up. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next vid.